You're watching WBRC 6 in Birmingham, home of the Super Tower. Now, from Birmingham, the WBRC 6 News at 5.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Janet Hall.
And I'm Scott Richards. 5 Cuban detainees who are being held at the Talladega prison are back in Cuba tonight. The inmates were deported this afternoon from the Birmingham airport. The flight marks the first deportation of the Mariel boat people since a 1987 agreement sparked prison riots in Atlanta and Louisiana. Laurie Keenert has more on the story.
As the 5 Cubans left the federal prison in Talladega this morning, one showed a silent sign of peace, while another cried out in anger, discrimination. As the inmates boarded the plane to leave for Havana, shouting continued. 3 of the 5 Cubans have fought their deportation, while the other 2 chose to sadly accept it.
Yeah, this is the... I don't know.
About 50 people are on this flight today. Justice Department officials say that's because this is primarily a training exercise for many of the security officials on board who will be making similar runs later. Officials say they hope to have another flight out this month, possibly including the 10 inmates still at Talladega awaiting a ruling in their cases, plus another 13 at Talladega whose cases require further review. But as the attorney of the Cubans fighting the deportation stood and watched the plane leave today, he said he's not giving up on these other detainees.
I think the struggle will continue for other detainees. I don't think this is the end of the line. It is a hard road to hoe legally, given the status that these people have.
Laurie Keenert, WBRC 6 News.
Federal Judge U.W. Clement may rule Monday on the court challenges of 10 more Cuban detainees.
West Jefferson Prison is under a lockdown tonight. Prison officials ordered the lockdown after hearing there might be trouble. Inmates are reportedly upset about rumors that certain items have been taken off the approved Christmas package list. Prison officials say those rumors are not true, but for the time being, all inmate privileges have been canceled, including visitation.
There will be no visitation to anyone in West Jefferson this weekend. So any of your viewers who might be in the area, and they can cancel their plans to make that trip out there.
John Hale says the lockdown will continue until prison officials are convinced there will be no more trouble. An Alabama man and 5 other Contra supporters have asked a federal judge to throw out an indictment accusing them of violating the U.S. Neutrality Act. The 6, including Tom Posey of Flint City, are charged with recruiting mercenaries and mounting attacks against Nicaragua's Sandinista government. The Neutrality Act prohibits citizens from launching U.S.-based military operations against any nation the U.S. is at peace with. The defendants claim the U.S. has been waging a de facto war against Nicaragua for 10 years.
Here's a first look at stories making news around the world today. The space shuttle Atlantis and its 5-man crew are orbiting the Earth after a successful launch this morning. The countdown was in doubt until the last minute because of worries about the weather. The shuttle is reportedly carrying a satellite that will spy on the Soviet Union. 5 armed Soviet hijackers carrying $2 million surrendered peacefully today, shortly after their hijacked plane landed in Israel. The hijackers were involved in a robbery yesterday in the Soviet Union. Now let's check in with Mike Royer for a first look at our weather. Mike.
All right, Scott, we started off on a chilly note this morning. We expected we would. We started off in Birmingham at 25 degrees. It'll be just about that cold again tonight. But we've got a lot of fine things to tell you about your weekend weather. I believe you'll enjoy, even though we do need rainfall. Good-looking stuff. All the details in today's Weather School question of the day coming up shortly. Janet?
Thank you, Mike. Nearly 150 people are being laid off from a Birmingham company. We'll have details.
And 6 on Your Side goes undercover with a state official to investigate a local job listing service. Stay with us.
My place is famous for fresh seafood, thanks. So when Louis Kemp walked in here and told me his new crab delights are better than crab, it sounded like a fish story to me. But once I tried them, I was hooked. Louis was right. Crab delights have the delicious taste of crab, but they're better because they're made from steam-baked Alaskan whitefish, so they're lower in fat and cholesterol. The great taste of crab, but crab delights cost a lot less.
New crab delights from Louis Kemp. They're better than crab.
Louis Kemp made a believer out of me.
office around 9:30. Lunch? Fabulous.
Most women these days are not in a position to spend their time worrying about fashion. But at the same time, we want to wear the right thing to the right place. Luckily, there's Multiples.
Darling, I told you never to call me at the office. No, I think I'm going to stay in tonight.
Multiples. The more things change, the more things change.
Excuse me, did you know Shoe City now has name brand athletic shoes for the guaranteed everyday lowest prices in America? Now you do, so don't get caught spending too much. Step into Shoe City.
It's finally here, Alabama's newest truck center. And a great time for you to take advantage of our grand opening sale prices at the new Mcgee Dodge Truck Center. Whether you're in the market for America's #1 seller, the luxury '89 Dodge Caravan, a full-size pickup, Colt D50, stylish new Dakota 4x4, or one of our top-quality used Ford, Chevy, Dodge, or import trucks, you'll find exactly what you're looking for at a price that'll fit your budget. Only during our grand opening sale at the new Mcgee Dodge Truck Center, Bessemer Superhighway, Midfield.
As expected, about 150 workers with Southern Company services have been laid off in Birmingham. Company officials say the layoffs were necessary because Southern Company is trimming its workforce. The company plans to decrease its 1,100 engineering staff down to about 800 workers. Now, most of the employees were hired when Southern Company was working on major nuclear plant projects in Georgia and West Jefferson County. But now much of that work is almost complete and the workforce must be reduced. Engineering manager Brian Ford says the company is doing what it can to help the displaced workers.
There will be invitations to major corporations that utilize our type of personnel. They'll be invited to attend a job fair where we hopefully can match these people, their skills and expertise with job opportunities in the market.
Officials say the workers will stay on their jobs at least until early next year. Employees who will be laid off will get a lump sum severance pay when their job terminates.
If you were out of a job and someone guaranteed they'd find you one in your field, would you pay them $95? Well, a lot of people would. And 6 on Your Side reporter Brenda Ledun has been getting complaints from some of those who did. Yesterday, she showed us a local company requiring the money be paid up front and then not delivering on all its promises. Then Brenda got together with the Attorney General's office, and an investigator we'll call Mary looked into it.
Equipped with a hidden microphone, Mary went inside the job listing service. She said she wanted to become a stewardess.
Mainly what I'm interested in is the airlines, flight attendant.
The representative made promises to Mary, and a job was guaranteed.
Well, the only reason that you wouldn't get hired is if you didn't show up on the job site for your interview.
Oh, great.
Mary asked about the number of airlines listed after being told they dealt with many.
Do you have Northwest?
You know if y'all have we have all different. Right now, we're just like, we don't put all our airlines in here. We just list a few of them. Otherwise, it takes up too much room.
Well, I was told there were thousands of jobs available, and he said, yeah. So I said, okay.
But they never showed you the thousands of jobs available.
No.
The Attorney General says the business appeared to be deceiving clients by leading them to believe they would definitely get a job. Since the investigation began, Connections changed its name to Future One, and the Attorney General received notification that Future One had been sold. Future One is now under new ownership. In fact, a former regional director of the company bought it, and he says he didn't always agree with practices here in the past. Now he's planning to change things. The new owner, Eric Bishop, would not go on camera, but he did respond in a letter, which said, since the change of ownership, we are making changes to enhance services, and he stated we don't guarantee employment. The Attorney General says he'll monitor the business to be sure deceptive guarantees are not being made. Brenda Ledun, WBRC 6 News.
If you are looking for a job, one place to start is the Alabama State Employment Agency. They do not guarantee you a job, but it is a good free job listing service, and it's part of the largest such service in the entire country.
A sexually transmitted disease other than AIDS has reached epidemic proportions in the U.S., and you may not even know about it. We'll have the story coming up.
And coming up next, Mike Royer takes a look at the weekend weather. Stay with us for that.
Marks Fitzgerald is having a holiday sale, and it was worth the wait. The biggest wall-to-wall holiday sale in Marks Fitzgerald history begins Sunday. Look for our catalog in Sunday's Birmingham News filled with Marks Fitzgerald's low holiday prices. Plus, for 1 week only, pay nothing down and make no monthly payments until March 1989. You can't beat this sale. It's everything for your home at special holiday savings. Hurry to our spectacular holiday sale, and you'll see why we say Marks Fitzgerald saves you money.
Heartbeat of America is now Cash Back of America on the headliners from Chevrolet. This week, Chevy Factory Savings let you take off with up to $2,400. Save up to $2,400 on 89 Camaros. Save up to $2,100 on Celebrities. Save up to $2,000 on Berettas. Save up to $1,700 on Corsicas. Save up to $1,250 on Caprice. Put it in your pocket, use it for your down payment. Cash Back of America can put you in a new Chevrolet for a limited time at the Heart of Alabama Chevy dealer in your hometown.
Mr. Scrooge just loves a bargain. Like this holiday meal deal from Kentucky Fried Chicken for just $9.99.
What a deal.
10 pieces of finger-licking good chicken.
What a deal.
4 buttermilk biscuits, lots of mashed potatoes and gravy, all that fresh coleslaw, all for just $9.99.
The $9.99 holiday meal deal is available at any of these Central Alabama Kentucky Fried Chicken locations.
Get the $9.99 holiday meal deal.
We were just talking about what a quiet day it is weather-wise across the nation, and that includes right here.
Yeah, in fact, you know, usually we use a national radar picture showing the precipitation in the country, and I'm not using one tonight because it doesn't show any.
Well, that's news in and of itself.
That's news. We should have led with that. There's no precipitation anywhere in America today.
No, come on, there's got
there's some light rain falling through the Great Lakes, a little bit of flurry, but it's not showing up on radar.
Yeah, I knew if I pressed you on it.
Well, somewhere in America, yeah, it is a little bit, but not much. It's not showing up on radar. Yeah, so precise, aren't we? We do have a quiet day in the country, and again today, in my opinion, the best weather in America is right here. Kind of cool with daytime highs just managing to make it up to 53 degrees, 54, 55 in some parts of the area. We forecasted a high temperature today of 54 degrees. By George, we made it. Low this morning, we predicted 25. Did we get them both right? We did for a change. 25, the low in Birmingham this morning. Record high 76 set in 1922. Record low 18 set in 1944. And the sunset time this Friday evening was at 4:39. Right now, it's cooling down and cooling down fast. It's 49. Humidity 33%. Wind from the north at 7 miles per hour. The barometric pressure now 30.43. Very strong high pressure gripping Alabama and gripping a large part of the country. Here's how we started off this morning. 25 here, 26 in Tuscaloosa, 33 down in Selma, 29 degrees in Montgomery, 28 in Talladega and in Auburn, 25 degrees, same as Birmingham up in Muscle Shoals, and Huntsville had 27. Very nice improvement during the day with plenty of sunshine, made it into the low and mid-50s, but the winds, as we expected, stayed up around 10 and 12 miles per hour during the day, so even the low 50s felt pretty chilly. It's 49 degrees here now, same as Cullman. Jasper up in Walker County has 48. It's 49 degrees up in the corner in Muscle Shoals. Tuscaloosa still holding on at 51. Warm spot 55 in Montgomery. Our latest satellite map shows sort of what I described on the radar summary. Not much going on. There's low-level cloudiness, no precipitation in South Florida. Clouds down through Cuba. The rest of the country, you have to go into the Great Lakes to find some clouds. There have been some flurries falling along Lake Erie in Ontario today in New York State, but not a lot of precipitation. And a new cold front, basically just cold clouds that will produce some precipitation later on tonight. So far, just in the upper altitudes, we've seen some snow out of that system, and that's about it. Very quiet weather day. The new cold front that's coming in will bring yet another batch of very cold Arctic air into the country. You've noticed the past several nights, teens and 20s have dipped all the way down to the southern Rockies and out in the central plain states. That's going to continue over the weekend. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day in Alabama, primarily because of the strength of this high pressure that is set tonight up in central Tennessee, keeping all of the south free of cloudiness, and will keep most of the Midwest, South, and East Coast free of clouds and precipitation tomorrow and on Sunday too, most likely. 20s tonight will again dip all the way down into Alabama, a large part of our state in the 20s. We're looking for almost a carbon copy tonight of last night. In the Birmingham area, mostly 25 to 26 degrees for an overnight low. Again, you have to go to South Florida to get anything above 49 degrees, 50s just in the extreme southern part of the Sunshine State. 60s will be daytime highs tomorrow. A beautiful day on tap for Saturday. Hope you can get out and enjoy some of that. The forecast, then the weather school question. The out-of-this-world weather school question for today. Clear skies and cold tonight with light winds, low temperature down to 25 degrees. Saturday, sunny and warmer. Easterly winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking forward to being in Leeds tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night for the Miss Leeds pageant. 62 the high tomorrow, 35 the low tomorrow night. Here's Sunday, partly cloudy, a little colder. That new batch of cold air I was talking about will make it into our region by Sunday and Sunday afternoon with a high of 54. Now, here's the weather school question of the day. It is considered a hot day at the equator on the planet Mars when the temperature reaches 50 degrees, 200 degrees, or 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Which one of those choices would be considered a hot day on the planet Mars? You can call one of, if Eli was here, I'd say he could call one of his Martian friends and find out, but we'll have the answer.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
NASCAR's season-ending festivities continue in New York City. Coming up, Eli Gold will join us live from the Big Apple.
And Alabama ended 3 months of controversy with its impressive win over Texas A&M last night. Sports is next.
Discounts up to $3,000. Factory cash rebates up to $1,500. 8.8% financing on all 88 Toyotas. That's right, the largest factory-authorized distributor tent sale is right here at Toyota, Alabama. Over 200 new 88 and 89 Toyota cars and trucks. Discounted, rebated, or financed far below normal sale prices. You may never buy a new Toyota car or truck for less. Now only at Toyota, Alabama, Birmingham. This is the one.
The low prices are Big B.
For savings this Christmas, Big B is the place to be. With 2 terrific hair care products from Conair. Your choice, $9.88 each after rebate. Choose from the high-powered 1,500-watt Conair hair dryer or Conair fashion plate iron with 3 attachments, the easy way to beautiful hair this holiday season. At Big B, your choice, $9.88 after $5 rebate.
Low, low prices are in Big B. Close to you.
Tonight, it's a holiday treat that's meant to be shared.
It's time I gave you your present.
Gather around for Muppet Family Christmas.
Then at 8, it's Connie Stevens and Bill Daly in the hilarious Starting from Scratch.
And on just the 10 of us.
We need to have a talk.
Shoot.
Don't tempt me.
Then a look at the man behind the muscle. Meet Arnold Schwarzenegger on 2020.
Starting tonight at 7 with a Muppet Family Christmas on WBRC 6.
If you love lots of shrimp, Red Lobster is going to make you very happy. Introducing the Shrimp Spectacular Platter, just $7.95. 4 ways to love shrimp, all on one plate. Crispy fried, spicy Cajun popcorn, zesty lemon pepper. And announcing our delicious new grilled shrimp. That's our Shrimp Spectacular Platter, just $7.95. Kid shrimp, $1.95. It's spectacular, now at Red Lobster. And for the holidays, call for party platters to go. Ready in just 1 hour.
Richard Kelly Chrysler Plymouth in Birmingham, Alabama is having a warehouse sale this weekend only. We've taken almost every Chrysler and Plymouth on our lot and packed them into our showroom. These cars are stacked so high that we're forced to put the salespeople outside. During this warehouse sale, we're offering discounts of up to $9,500 on 88 Chrysler Fifth Avenues and LeBaron convertibles. That's only the beginning. See you tomorrow and we'll show you the rest. Richard Kelly Chrysler Plymouth in Birmingham.
Last night, make no doubt about it, was a big night for Alabama, beating Texas A&M.
And tonight's a big night for NASCAR drivers who are gathered in New York City, and that's where Eli Gold is right now. Eli?
Janet, thank you. You're right. Better than $2.6 million will be handed out this evening here at the Winston Cup Awards Banquet in New York. But even before we get to the racing news, folks in Alabama still celebrating Bama's 30-10 win over the Aggies of Texas A&M last night. Gil Tyree has the story from College Station.
Hurricane Alabama roared into College Station last night, and unlike his brother Gilbert, this storm packed some punch. It brought with it a fierce defensive charge, steamrolling touchdowns, and more important, a strong desire to win.
We played with a lot of confidence tonight, and I think that helped out a lot. We were loose, and we had fun. I think that's real important.
After the abuse the Crimson Tide took for not coming here in September, it would be poetic justice that Hurricane Bama come into Kyle Field and leave no stone unturned.
It made a big issue out of it, calling it the Hurricane Bowl. Alabama's the only football team I know 3 bowls: the Iron Bowl, Hurricane Bowl, the Sun Bowl. So we decided to come down here and take care of a little business. That's just what we did.
When this big red storm left here, it had claimed its 8th victim. It will continue its swing through Texas. Next stop, El Paso, and the Sun Bowl versus Army. And folks, a 9-win season is a very real possibility.
And not underestimating Army or anything, but I think we have the determination and we're hungry enough to get that 9th win.
Traveling in the eye of Hurricane Alabama, somewhere in Texas, Gil Tyree, WBRC 6 Sports.
All right, Gil, thank you very much. We're here at the Waldorf Astoria, as we mentioned. Davey Allison, the driver of the Haviland Star Ford Thunderbird, here with us after a season that saw him gain 8th place in the Winston Cup points and about an $845,000 payday for the season.
Well, that wasn't too bad, Eli. We sure would have liked to have been a little bit better and be up here where Bill Elliott is this time. So we're looking forward to 1989, and that's where we're going to try to be next year.
A couple of wins this year, but now the team has undergone a bit of a reshuffling. Robert Yates is the new owner. What's in store? What have you guys talked about for 89?
Well, we just know everything is going to be a lot more direct now, and that's going to make it easier for us to go on and do our job without playing the middleman game. So everything will be a lot more positive for us next year. We'll be able to go out and concentrate every race on exactly what we have to do. And Robert says he's not going to hold anything back. We're going to do whatever it takes to win.
And, of course, everybody back home always interested in how your dad's doing. We saw him here today, and he's looking stronger and better every time we see him.
Well, even to me, I see him about every 7 days or so, and he's looking quite a bit stronger to me. He looks really good up here in New York. He and my mom have been having a really good time, and they're going to go check out another play tomorrow night and then head back to Alabama on Sunday.
Davey, enjoy your evening. We'll, of course, be back with you tonight on the 10 o'clock news. Bill Elliott, the Winston Cup champion, will be joining us then. So, Scott and Janet, lots in store and about $2.6 million here in New York tonight.
I bet. Well, let me compliment both of you. Look very nice in your tuxedos.
It was just something we pulled out of the closet.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We appreciate it.
Or somebody's closet anyway. Thanks, Eli.
Okay.
Buying Christmas cards this holiday season could help those less fortunate. We'll tell you how coming up.
And just ahead, Dr. Dina Dell tells us about a sexually transmitted disease you may not know about, one that can have devastating effects.
Town is talking about the new Southern Home Furniture. It's just like being in the most elegant mansion in Birmingham. To celebrate our grand opening, come in and register for our free grand opening prize. You could win a bedroom suite, a dinette, a recliner, or any other piece of fine furniture. While registering, stroll through our store and check out all our top quality name brands. Southern Home Furniture. Quality like you want. Prices unequaled. The nicest people to assist you. Southern Home Furniture, located 1 mile south of Lloyd's on Highway 280. Southern Home Furniture, a one-of-a-kind furniture experience.
Get the hits you want at the one place that's got them for less. Walmart's Records and Tapes. Roberta Flack's Oasis. From Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel. And from Anita Baker, Giving You the Best I Got. Roberta Flack, Bobby Brown, and Anita Baker. Don't spend a lot for the music you want. Come to Walmart.
Mazda Motors of America, in conjunction with AmSouth Bank, offer for sale to the general public over $5 million in new Mazda cars and trucks. Mazda demands a sellout. 8.8% financing, or up to $3,000 in cash back. A free cellular concepts car phone. A 3-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Mazda demands results. 8.8% financing, or up to $3,000 cash back. Make your deal now at your 2 Birmingham Mazda dealers, Roebuck Mazda and MedCenter Mazda.
AIDS has been headline news for so long and with such intensity now that some people are overlooking other more commonly sexually transmitted diseases and ones that are also very serious. Chlamydia is striking in alarming numbers and leaving many women infertile. As Dr. Dina Dell reports, this disease often has no symptoms.
Chlamydia is arguably our most common sexually transmitted disease, but its real danger shows up years after you've had the infection.
It's very important when you talk about something like chlamydia to recognize that you can't wait for individuals to become symptomatic. A woman comes in with pelvic inflammatory disease, it's too late.
When chlamydia spreads into the reproductive organs, it causes pelvic inflammatory disease, or PID. The damage from that is permanent. Now, PID is probably the #1 cause of infertility. Let me show you how that happens. Now, if you look at one side, there's a fallopian tube, okay, and here's the egg down here. There's the uterus. If you get a scar up in the tube, that scar can actually completely block the tube so the sperm can't get up to meet the egg. But very often the blockage is only partial. The sperm gets up, meets the egg, but then the egg gets hung up on a rough spot in the tube. In that case, the pregnancy develops right here. That's called a tubal or ectopic pregnancy, and it can be dangerous. And the newest figures from the Centers for Disease Control show an alarming rise in the rate of tubal pregnancies. Nearly 80,000 cases a year nowadays compared to just 18,000 a year back in 1970. The increase is due, we think, to the chlamydia epidemic. Indeed, a new study shows that more than 80% of women who've suffered an ectopic pregnancy have been exposed to chlamydia. But only 17% of them remember ever having any pelvic infections. That means most likely you'll never know you've been infected. You can see why doctors are now calling for routine testing of all sexually active teenagers, male and female. But the first defense is prevention. That means using a condom. I'm Dr. Dean Adele.
Well, if you have trouble sleeping, be sure to watch next week. Beginning Monday, Dr. Dean Adele will begin a 5-part series on sleep disorders. I wonder if he'll have any advice for people with young children at home. It's hard to sleep in with a 2-year-old sometimes.
I know, this time of year, just tell them Santa Claus. Santa Claus is watching.
Yeah, that's the big bribe, isn't it?
Good one, yeah. Giving a greeting card can do more than just delivering a holiday message.
Coming up, we'll show you how sending a Christmas card can help some of Birmingham's needy.
I'll go look at the stereos.
I could have bought a better TV.
Oh, come on, dear. We came to see a stereo.
I could have bought a better TV.
Well, the department store didn't have that one.
I could have bought a better TV.
For less.
For less! Should have gone to Circuit City.
With Circuit City's vast selection of brand name audio, video, and appliances, and guaranteed low prices, you'll never be sorry.
Could have bought a better TV.
Finally, there's an intelligent choice. Circuit City. When you introduce a new 4-door sedan to Alabama, it better have style. Because we know about style here. It better be quality built and a terrific value. Introducing to Alabama, Buick's new 4-door Century sedan. Style, quality, and a sticker price that makes it an exceptional value. Plus special factory rebates. Century, one reason the great Alabama road. See the whole new world of Buick at your Alabama Buick dealers.
What do you look for most when you buy fine furniture? Birmingham Wholesale Furniture offers only the finest quality. Drexel, Heritage, Henry Don, and much more. Birmingham Wholesale has more than $4 million of fine furniture in stock for immediate holiday delivery. And Birmingham Wholesale gives you 40% off every day. Why settle for less quality when for the same price you can own fine furniture worthy of being passed from generation to generation? There's only one Birmingham Wholesale Furniture, and it's downtown.
Coming up in our newscast at 6, the Jimmy Hale Mission believes Blount County is the ideal spot for a rehabilitation center. Some residents who live there don't. We'll have details on that. And we'll introduce you to a 6-year-old who is the newest state representative of Easter seals.
Of the millions of greeting cards being sent this month, few convey the spirit of giving as much as the cards being offered by the Birmingham area community kitchens. For $5, the community kitchens send a card to the person you select, telling them that a donation has been made in their name to help feed the hungry. Last year, the kitchens raised $25,000, and that money is helpful long after Christmas is over.
Every previous summer, we have completely run out of funds during the summer months when we really have our greatest demand. So we really depend on this particular promotion to help fund us in the lean times when people are more disposed to going on vacation than making contributions.
The community kitchens feed more than 130,000 people a year. To find out more about those greeting cards, call 595-1750.
It's a great idea, and for somebody who's already bought all they can afford this year, that'll be something to keep in mind next time around. Well, that's our first report of WBRC 6 News for now. Stay tuned for ABC World News tonight.
Then join us again for a fresh report of local news at 6. Thanks for watching.
From ABC, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening. We're going to begin tonight with a very unusual hijacking, which appears to say something about change in the Soviet Union and a change of attitude in Israel. Yesterday in the Soviet city of Orджоникидзе, 5 Soviets hijacked a school bus and took 30 children hostage. They finally agreed to release the children when the Soviet government agreed to pay them 2 million rubles. That's about $3.5 million, and provide them with a plane to leave the country. There's a change of policy. And then the Israelis, who have always condemned...
You're gonna see the difference. We're shining brighter than ever before.
Winn-Dixie has a great price on select lean pork. Buy a fresh whole pork loin for just 99 cents a pound. WD brand boneless top sirloin steaks are U.S. choice and just $2.69 a pound. Harvest Fresh U.S. #1 russet potatoes are 99 cents a 5-pound bag. And 3 loaves of Country Fresh white bread are only $1 at Winn-Dixie.
America's supermarket.
Introducing the 3 new chicken sandwiches from Burger King.
Ah, il panino italiano di pollo con la salsa marinara e mozzarella. Sono innamorato.
Le sandwich français au poulet avec ce jambon et ce fromage suisse.
The American chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and American cheese. Let's do lunch.
Try the 3 new chicken sandwiches from Burger King.
Your direct satellite news link, Skylink 6, now a part of WBRC 6 News.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Janet.
If it's approved by Congress,
black colleges the hardest. At Stillman,
it would also cut out our it would cut out educational opportunity funds that are granted income students.
Longer available, the school's enrollment.
I really couldn't afford
to be killed before any WBRC 6 News.
They leave school. Jen?
Housing project tonight. Police have identified the victim as 23 to his house and then collapsed. Police have no motive for the shooting as of yet. In the United States, 5 Cuban detainees are... An attorney for the Cubans says the detainees...
The company of these detainees is pointing out the human rights abuses...
before the end of the month.
By 2 security officers working at the airport Holiday Inn, back to make a routine check of the air. The hazardous materials team has put the drum in another container now. Upset some of the residents. The Jimmy residents say they're afraid of street...
We expect to give them psychiatric exam. We expect to care them.
And for the facility tomorrow. Residents is looking at what legal...
A Soviet plane is hijacked and lands in...
And America is in space again with the...
Dazzle her with
from Harco. Ever-ready Energizer batteries. Full AC and D 2-pack, only $99. Full instrument, $49.99. Or Christmas season, Christmas magic.
Cats, the number...
Cats tickets on sale now at Fast Sticks or charged by phone.
Described as common criminal, the Soviet Union was surrounded by anti-terrorist troops. Soviet officials requested... And a woman also asked for the...
Everything aboard the shuttle Atlantis is... Saints go marching in. Anybody for one more time?
Too long.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. It's shaping up pretty good, except
nice.
drop.
We'll be out at Legion Field tomorrow. We need a forecast for that big game at Legion Field, and the forecast for...
Rays. Long winter nights. She'll love hair robes and sleepwear. Often pretty, she'll want more than one.
That a car as beautiful as the Jaguar.
288. A diamond solitaire ring is proving once again at Goldboro.
Night court.
This could be the start. Tell me it's a joke.
Above normal for the past several days, and it will be warm southeast. Our guest weather slide in a spiritual sense, and that our temperature now 31 tonight. It'll probably be 9 o'clock. And the team from Montgomery, Viger. Oh, they're from. It's 31 degrees here, 32 degrees over in Tuscaloosa, 35 in Selma, 34 degrees over Alabama. Here's stuff, though slightly differently. It's It will be light tonight. The skies down into the mid-20s. Now tomorrow, at the surface of the ground, that's what's been happening during the day today. Up into the plains, Lincoln, Nebraska, got up to 65 degrees there tomorrow. The main cold part of the jet stream is staying up through the blast of air down into our region, but we're getting the cold surface air continuing to come. Some scattered precipitation, some snow in the high elevations of the Rockies. 60s over almost all of the south. Forecast for you, and here it is. Clear and cold overnight tonight. We're looking at the high temperature of 62 degrees.
So confused.
Wrong. I was just off, what, 100?
Get those boys from Viger all keyed.
Is the NASCAR banquet of hardware and a lot of big checks. I drive in the Coors Thunderbird car number 9.
Ways. Give them your love and it wouldn't be ads in wovens and flannels, plus Arrow dress shirts to suit his style. Don't you love how he looks in an Arrow? Share the magic of Christmas.
Shopping for yourself at the Olive Garden, where all the best of Italy. The Olive Garden brings you Riuniti Vino Novel, crisp, fresh.
Emerson AM/FM Go Anywhere. A fully automatic instant camera has flash and auto 2767. Why spend more for the brands you want? This holiday, join the switch to Walmart.
The switch. 9 Cadillac Fleetwood has thousands less than the 300 for real value today.
We'll play tomorrow at Legion Field. We'll have ended the Yellow Jackets, who beat Smith 14. The news not so good. Playing Texas. Texas State's Barry Sanders is expected to be the 1980 Alabama's extraordinary Derek Thomas will be the linebacker in the nation, but he'll be thinking of people like Tommy Cole and Willie Wyatt.
You think about my teammates who go down there with me because all of them.
One of UAB comes on the eve of UAB's first versus CM Newton and the Vanderbilt Commodores.
This was something that kind of came up as a fluke. We thought when that didn't, Gene had asked me to participate in the dedicatory game, and I think it's mutually beneficial for both of our schools.
Goal, but maybe we'll get it before we leave the air tonight.
Meets with the man he defeated to win the presidency. We'll have that story coming up.
And later we'll show you the newest edition at the San Diego.
Armaldron is
come to Walmart. Fast cars with the choice of one of these fine gifts. And Central's rates, what more can I say? We offer good used car loans, too.
Can become a reality. Recovery Center.
Be a part of Macy's. Chrysler Plymouth in Birmingham. Every Chrysler and Plymouth on our lot. And back the we're forced to put the salespeople out. Richard Kelly.
President-elect George Bush invited Michael Dukakis to his house in Washington for a meeting today. Afterward, Bush said the talk was constructive, and he said he'll be open to ideas from the nation's governors, who Bush said are on the cutting edge of solving the country's problems. Dukakis said he expressed his concern in the meeting about the deficit, housing, education, health care, and the environment. Earlier today, Bush met with former Republican rival Pat Robertson. Robertson said he talked to Bush about evangelicals' concerns and about what Robertson described as racial progress in South Africa.
As expected, the General Assembly of the United Nations has voted to move its session on Palestinian issues to Geneva, Switzerland. The vote was 154-2 with 1 abstention. The vote followed the refusal of the U.S. State Department to grant a visa to PLO leader Yasser Arafat so he could address the assembly. The State Department says Arafat has been an accessory to terrorist acts against America. The United States and Israel were the only 2 nations to vote against the resolution. Great Britain cast the abstaining vote. The State Department did grant a visa to Sandinista leader Daniel Ortega today. Ortega is scheduled to address the UN Monday. Officials with the State Department say each visa request is looked at on an individual basis. It's expected Ortega will meet with Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev when he addresses the UN. Well, gorillas are difficult animals to breed in captivity.
But a gorilla has been born at the San Diego Zoo. We'll show it to you.
discounts up to $3,000. Factory cash rebates up to $1,500. 8.8% financing on all 88 Toyotas. That's right, the largest factory-authorized distributor tent sale is right here at Toyota, Alabama. Over 200 new 88 and 89 Toyota cars and trucks. Discounted, rebated, or financed far below normal sale prices. You may never buy a new Toyota car or truck for less. Now only at Toyota, Alabama, Birmingham. This is the one.
Hubbard Adjustizer slacks adjust to keep you looking your best. Made with Dacron polyester, so they'll always look their best, too. Now only $32.90 at Alan's.
Goldstein's. Put your fantasies in the hands of the master furrier. Come to Goldstein's Anniversary Sale.
Goldstein's.
Birmingham's premier master furrier offers savings of 25 to 50% during this special sale.
Goldstein's.
Savings of 25 to 50% now on furs selected and designed to your exclusive taste. Goldstein's Anniversary Sale. Don't dream your fantasy.
Wear it. Goldstein's.
What do you look for most when you buy fine furniture? Birmingham Wholesale Furniture offers only the finest quality. Drexel, Heritage, Henry Don, and much more. Birmingham Wholesale has more than $4 million of fine furniture in stock for immediate holiday delivery. And
automatic, air, power, speed, tilt, stereo cassette, power locks and seat, cornering lamps, padded roof, true luxury.
Worthy of being passed from generation to generation. There's only one Birmingham Wholesale Furniture, and it's downtown.
The San Diego Zoo got a new addition today, a baby gorilla. Margaret Radford has the story.
And it didn't sound like any gorilla that we'd had before. And I thought, no. Then I heard it again, and I went down, flipped on Alberta's light, and there she was sitting with the baby. And it was at least a few hours old. It was all dry and cleaned up and looking for the nipple.
The Wild Animal Park doesn't know its sex, so the little baby doesn't have a name yet. Alberta is doing a great job of taking care of the baby, and Papa Winston is protective. He didn't like the camera taking these pictures at all.
The baby looks great, and Mom's taking good care of it, and Dad's been with the baby and the mom, and it's his first time ever being around an infant, so we're really excited that he's doing such a good job as a father.
It isn't as if the Wild Animal Park doesn't already have its share of little gorillas. It's the largest and most successful gorilla breeding program in the world. A pretty amazing accomplishment given the difficulty of breeding gorillas in captivity. The gorilla is a critically endangered species with fewer than 6,000 left in the wild. The baby and its mom will join the rest of the gorilla troop on exhibit as soon as possible, weather permitting. Margaret Radford, 10 News, Wild Animal Park.
Amazing thing of that small, isn't it?
They are incredible creatures.
The only known human being who has a gorilla for a pet is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I have that.
You learned that on 2020
Yeah, I saw that tonight.
Right?
I should have been working on that satellite shot instead of watching 2020.
Well, unfortunately, you want to tell us a little bit about the
Bill
banquet?
Elliott collected boodles of money, and he says he's going to do it again next year, and all the other guys said, no, you won't.
We're still hoping to see photographer Kerry Nivens in a tuxedo.
In a tuxedo, that would be worth the price of that. That would be brilliant. That would be. Hopefully, we'll have something. Maybe you can use it as a weather shot.
That'd be a good one to use.
Weather slide.
Be a good one to use. Very chilly first thing in the morning, folks. Breakfast forecast will start out at 25 for a low. By breakfast time at 7, 27 degrees, and sunrise time, Scott, at 6:35.
Thank you very much, Mike. And that's our report for tonight. Thank you very much for watching.
Stay tuned for Night Court coming up next, and we hope you have a very good weekend.
See you on Monday.
A perplexing problem has puzzled young people since the beginning of time. How to get a job without experience, and how to get experience without a job.
The answer is cooperative education, a nationwide program that lets college students work at real jobs for real pay while they're getting an education.
I knew that.
Morning, honey. Sleep okay?
Okay, I guess. How about you?